Today we're sharing an example of how to set up an outdoor e-waste collection event. Outdoor events allow speedy drive-through and drop-off, which also increases the types of accepted devices and reduces the need for parking. The location we're working with in this video is the Ammon City Hall parking lot in Idaho. To set up a successful outdoor collection event, follow these simple steps. The first step is selecting a location. Generally, location costs for outdoor events are low because we mainly use the parking lot area. Most parking lots of administrative or office buildings are not occupied on a Saturday and will work well. The main factors to consider for outdoor locations are convenience, size, cost, insurance, permits, and the ability to set up beforehand. Note that being able to set up the event area in advance is critical. Some facility managers only allow you to set up a small part of the parking lot beforehand, which might be a deal breaker for large events. Additionally, understanding the material handling and traffic flows during the event are critical for logistics and safety planning. In this video, we will cover considerations for material handling and traffic flows. Having an understanding of event planning will help facility managers better support you by providing alternative locations or layouts that might work better. When you walk through the event location with the facility manager, discuss the following things. Event traffic flow. The event location should provide enough space for a constant stream of 2 or more lanes of one-way traffic. In our case, we also have a requirement for vehicles to pull off to the side to participate in a survey. Another factor to consider is a forklift being able to maneuver between traffic to collect Gaylord containers that have been filled. This traffic flow might interrupt incoming traffic, and you will need to have a mitigation plan, such as temporarily stopping incoming traffic. Potential impact to surrounding traffic patterns. When planning your event, consider the impact of vehicles entering or exiting your location on surrounding traffic. Since an outdoor event has the potential to congest surrounding traffic, plan for mitigation strategies by having additional staff to direct traffic or working with local authorities if needed. Also plan for ways to shorten the drive-through time by having additional staff to unload e-waste or skipping certain steps like handing out promotional materials, which might slow down traffic. Another factor to consider is the potential impacts that construction can have on outdoor events. Since events are planned months in advance, you will need to be flexible if construction is unavoidable, such as rerouting access points and adjusting the event layout. Clear communication with the public and collaboration with local authorities ensures that traffic flow is managed effectively and disruptions are minimized. This could include using multiple channels, such as event websites and social media, to keep everyone informed. Additionally, plan for extra staff to manage traffic flow around construction areas and collaborate with local authorities to implement temporary traffic control measures if needed. Parking space for material handling. Material handling trucks should have their own parking spot to easily load and unload materials. Their parking spaces should be close to the lot's exits and separate from inflow and outflow traffic. You might want to block the parking lot entrance where the truck is parking with traffic cones and put up "Do Not Enter" signs. Obstacles to material transport. What we're looking for here is obstacles for entering, driving through, and leaving the parking lot. Some examples of obstacles could include construction, charging stations, and existing structures. As participants approach the location, they will see a sign indicating the event area and the entrance for vehicles. Ensure that clear signage or event staff are in place to direct participants to the designated drive-through lanes. Once participants reach the drop-off point, they should be instructed to put their vehicle in park so that your staff can unload the e-waste directly from their cars. It is crucial to identify potential obstacles that participants might encounter. These could include unclear signage, insufficient event staff to guide traffic, or bottlenecks at the drop-off point. Additionally, consider how to address questions and provide assistance promptly to maintain a smooth traffic flow and avoid congestion. Ensure the team is prepared to handle any issues efficiently. Space and necessary supplies. For the size of our event, we will set up 2 lanes of one-way traffic within the parking lot. When you have an idea of how many stops or stations a driver will have to make from entering till exiting the lane, it will help you evaluate whether the outdoor space is sufficient. In our case, we plan on 3 stops. The first stop is for checking in, the second stop is for unloading e-waste, and the final stop is for completing a voluntary survey. Another consideration for the size of your event is determining where event staff and volunteers will park. In our case, everyone helping with the event will park in the church lot next door, so this does not factor into the event planning. We also recommend having extra space for supplies, such as a first aid kit and water for the organizing team. For our event, we will have a designated break area where we will place the first aid kit, extra swag, fire extinguisher, internet hotspot, water, sunscreen, and any other extra supplies. We will also have access to the building's restrooms, break room, and public Wi-Fi. If your event does not have public access to these amenities, you will need to include them in your event planning. Estimate the necessary numbers of supplies, like chairs, tables, signage, traffic cones, lane dividers, as you drive throughout the space. Depending on the weather, you might need to supply tents or umbrellas to provide shade during hot summer day, tarps to cover materials from rain, or sandbags to anchor materials during windy days. Discuss with the site manager to see what supplies they have on hand that your team can use and what you will need to bring. Due to the large scale of outdoor events, communication supplies such as walkie-talkies are also crucial. Signage location. Directing people to go to the right stations with the least amount of congestion and confusion plays a key role in these events. Again, imagine yourself driving through the space for the first time. Ask yourself where you should put signs to enter and exit the line successfully. At a minimum, 2 signs will be needed, one for entering the event and the other for exiting the event. Additional signs might also be needed to route participants to the main roads. Staffing. Although signage is important, having staff to direct traffic is even more crucial to the event's success. This is because it takes drivers less time to interpret traffic controllers than to read a sign from their seat. Additionally, traffic controllers can be flexible in directing vehicles to various lanes to reduce congestion. To maintain one-way traffic, you might also want to task a person with preventing wrong-way traffic. While it is ideal to have staff at each station, you need to be flexible and task some individuals to multiple stations if you are short-staffed. Use a staff planning document to communicate assigned roles. Now you have an idea how the outdoor event looks. Let's see how we set up before the event. The second step is pre-event setup. First, unload supplies and equipment at the event venue, such as collection boxes, signage, flags, registration forms, and promotional items. Use a checklist to verify all required materials are ready before setting up. Second, set up the traffic delineator and traffic cones to control the flow of traffic. Third, based on the layout of the event space, transfer these materials to their corresponding areas. Fourth, set up tables and tents and place collection boxes in their designated areas, ensuring that each bin is labeled for easy sorting. Fifth, set up the break table to include first aid, water, hand sanitizer, paper towels, and internet hotspots. Sixth, test all equipment, including the tablets and internet hotspots. For the fourth and fifth steps, determine if the weather or security conditions are appropriate to set up the day before. If it is not appropriate to do so the day before, complete steps 4 and 5 on the morning of the event. Seventh, place the event signs and flags. Set up directional signs to guide people from the event entrance to the check-in station, drop-off points, survey area, and exit. In our case, we will also use a colored sign put on the windshield of vehicles to indicate they are willing to participate in the survey. Eighth, place all these items for the event day, such as safety vests, gloves, cleaning items, into one designated place. Estimate truck loading logistics to see whether you need to block some of the parking lot spaces with traffic cones, yellow caution tape, or other traffic delineators. If needed, put up the Do Not Enter sign to prevent incoming traffic from damaging the truck. How to run an outdoor event. Before the event begins, check if all supplies are in place. It is important to go over safety protocols. A safety meeting should be held for all organizing members, including full-time and part-time workers and volunteers. Remind team members to be aware of their surroundings at all times and to report any unsafe conditions or behaviors. Be sure to designate an individual to whom they should report these concerns. Remind people where the first aid kit is and where to regroup if an emergency does occur that causes the event to be evacuated. Request that everyone wears the appropriate PPE, including long-sleeve shirts, pants, closed-toed shoes, safety vests, protective sun hats, safety gloves, safety glasses, and any other specified gear. Encourage everyone to stay hydrated and take breaks on rotation so that at least one person is always present at each location. Go over collection event rules one more time, including no weapons, no drugs or alcohol, no bags or packages at events, don't steal or destroy, etc. Print out the event rules and place them in a visible area on the event location. Next, divide people into their groups and remind them of roles and responsibilities. Clearly assign who will be directing traffic, handling registration, managing collection boxes, and overseeing the survey and promotional items. Since the e-waste needs to be collected according to specific categories, a printed sorting visual is recommended to remind team members to put the right e-waste in the right bins. The box's labels should be clear to employees. Before the event starts, conduct a final checklist and walkthrough to make sure that everything is in place and functions properly. As attendees arrive, they will stay in their vehicles to go through check-in before dropping off e-waste. At the check-in station, a postcard and a sticker will be given to each participant to acknowledge their participation, advertise our upcoming events, and remind them of acceptable items. After check-in, participants will follow instructions to move to the drop-off stations, where event workers will take e-waste from their vehicles and put them in designated bins. If there are bulky or heavy items, make use of forklifts for picking them up and moving them directly to the truck or trailer instead of the bins. Other items, such as CRT TVs, large flat-screen TVs, or microwaves, can be added to pallets instead of Gaylord totes for easier stacking and transporting. All e-waste will be collected quickly and safely, then put in the right bins, such as functional devices, data-containing materials, non-data-containing materials, battery and non-battery containing devices, loose batteries, miscellaneous, and trash. Participants are free to leave the event if they decide not to participate in our survey. If participants choose to take our survey, we will direct them to a separate area in the parking lot. If they have any questions regarding our survey, we will have our team available there to support. Regarding the collected e-waste, once the boxes are full, they will be moved to the truck by forklift. New boxes will be put up. Because the forklift is part of traffic, as mentioned earlier, you also need to plan for their routes and have mitigation plans to stop incoming traffic when the forklift is moving materials. When the trucks are full of e-waste, they will be transported to the recycling facility for further sorting, dismantling, and shredding. Any data contained in e-waste material will be wiped before recycling. During the event, conduct periodic check-ins with all team members to ensure everything is running smoothly. Constant communication through walkie-talkie is helpful. Address any issues or concerns promptly. At the end of the event, clean up the event location. Start by transferring all boxes to the trucks. Disassemble any barriers, collect all equipment like tablets or internet hotspots, collect promotional items, fold tables, and collect all event signs and directional signs. Return reusable PPE to the designated storage boxes. Load all materials into the vehicles. Remember to dispose of all trash and ensure that the parking lot is returned to its original state. Conduct a final walkthrough of the event area to ensure no hazards remain. Thank the team for their hard work. Confirm all participants have safely left the area and confirm the event location has been returned to a satisfactory condition with the site manager. Finally, safely transfer all e-waste to the recycling facility for further sorting, weighing, and processing. All other materials will be transported back to your office for reuse in the next events. Ensure all data collected in the survey and all e-waste quantities are accurately recorded and stored in a secure location. After the event, we recommend scheduling a team meeting to review the event's success and lessons learned and brainstorm areas for improvement.